covering up my eyebrows using the glue stick method and a little bit of wax just so that there's very little texture and color coming through, because with this kitty cat look, kitty cats don't tend to have eyebrows. Although I have seen some, but anyway. It's important to make sure you moisturize about 20 minutes before applying your cream makeup. That way there are no dry spots to stick through on your face when you have the makeup on. So I'm going to take a dampened sponge and some white cream face paint, and I'm going to go ahead and cover my entire face. So I'm going to go ahead and speed that up for you. Okay, so I have the first layer of white paint on my face. I'm now going to go over the top with a translucent setting powder and set it so that it doesn't crease or get all over the place. I'm going to use my sponge for this again. I don't have a very opaque cream paint, so I'm going to go back over the top of this again with another layer of white paint. And again, that's going to be sped up. Alright, so we're going to go back over that again with the translucent powder. Alright, so my face is completely covered in white face paint and powder. I know that it looks a little blotchy still, but that's okay because we're going to be going over the top of that with a lot of other paints and such. If you've ever noticed, a kitty cat has a very round face at the top but then very narrow at the bottom. So I'm taking a black eyeshadow and a fluffy blending brush and I'm drawing that out. So I'm going to contour around my natural cheekbone area and then angle it downward. Just blend it out. Downward, shade it out. And then at the corner of your mouth, pull it down. And shade this whole area darker so it makes your face look chiseled out more. And then around the chin, kind of angle it down so that it looks like your chin is a little bit more pointed. So to make this part look a lot more blended, you can take your large kabuki brush and blend that out. Blend all that darkness out so it looks a little bit more uniform. Don't forget to blend it down the side of your neck and your jawline. Okay, I'm going to do the other side and I'll be right back. So both of the sides are done. I just realized that I kind of wanted to leave this part white and I've shaded it over a little bit too much. So I'm going to take the white face paint and just pull it over the top. It doesn't have to be fully opaque over the top because it'll give it a nice natural roundness and texture there. With what's left over on the brush, I'm going to just sweep a little bit of the black and gray into a rounded area here, just to give it a little bit more shape, and it redefines my face. It makes me look like my cheeks, the apples of my cheeks are here and that the bones come all the way through. And now I'm taking that same black shadow from before, lightly tapping my brush in there, the same fluffy run, and I'm going to slowly contour around my nose.
To prevent any harshness when contouring, use only the tip of the brush to fluff the color outward. The tip extends colors in a soft way so that a nice shadowing will occur. Bring the color inward to the corner of your eye and upward toward your brow bone. Bring the contour up to the bridge of the nose. Work through the nostrils also to create a new nose for yourself.
I'm taking a darker pink blush color and a flat angled liner brush. This kitty cat is going to have a pink nose because of ears to match. I'll show you later. But if you choose, you can do a kitty cat with a black nose instead, but I'm going to go with pink just because I feel like there needs to be pink. So I'm taking the brush and I'm just patting this pink on the end of my brush here and on the end of the nose. If you tend to have a bigger nose like me, I would concentrate the color on the very end, the very tip of the nose and underneath. Like you've got a full coverage of pink, even if you're in a different angle like this or this or this. Okay, and for the rest of the nose, I'm taking a black liquid liner and I'm going to draw the line down here just to strengthen that along this contoured line. I'm going to flare my nose out and it's going to look really funny, so please don't laugh too much. And I'm going to draw the rest of the nose in.
To make the cute little kitty cat nose shape, I am using the black liner to create a redefined nostril shape, which comes a little bit higher.
Now I'm just going to fix the sides of my nose, that way it just looks more even and pretty like a kitty. Yee.
Just use your liner to smooth out any uneven lines. Also use it to shadow underneath the nostrils for a better shading effect. Go back with the black shadow, fill in around the edges of the nose to complete the shadowing, which will give the nose more of a 3D look.
And I'm going to take the shadow just into the eye area here and pull it down in a rounded shape and shade it up. Kind of like I'm doing a circle here and shade. I feel like I should have a tail flicking in the background or something. Now to fix the center of the nose, it's a little off center. I'm going to go back in with the translucent powder and really pack it in. That way it gives it a nice white color to the top. Going back with the same brush and same black shadow. And I'm going to start making the markings that they tend to have on their faces here. So it'd be just above, and I'm pulling it up here just a little bit. It's usually just a coloring thing that they have on their face, light shadowing. So you just take your brush and sweep it downward. You don't really want too much color on it, otherwise it'll be too dark. And we want it just to be very subtle. We'll take it from the inner corner here. And on this end here, I'm going to round this part out just a little bit. Give the kitty cat a little bit of a rounder cheek look. With this next part, I'm taking the black liner and I'm going to draw this line downward, very soft. I'm going to let that dry for a second. I'm going to take the same angled liner brush from before, I'm going to wet it down, and I'm going to take that same blush pink color from before. I'm going to pat it on over the top of this. Okay, so I covered that up with a little bit of pink so it looks a little bit more natural and kitty-like. Taking the same angled brush and a little bit of a darker, my smashed blush. If you saw my Dolly video, you'll know about that. And I'm going to lay it flat with the angle facing my Cupid's bow right here. Lay it flat against my lip. Bring it down, sweeping it down towards my mouth. And then flip it over on the other side for the other side of the lip. I'm only going to fill in the center part of the lip.
This next part is a little tricky and takes a lot of time to do. Line your eyes into a very thick cat shape. Wing it out. Under the bottom lash line, lightly take your liquid liner and drag a line extending up to the upper wing line. Use short brush strokes as this will help keep it neat. Be sure to line the inner corner of your eye to exaggerate the cat eye shape.
So the eyes are drawn in. From a distance you can definitely tell I have cat eyes. Ha. Now I'm taking a white eyeliner pencil and I'm going to line my waterline very carefully with it. This is going to make my eye my eye sockets appear a little bit larger because kitty cats have very beautiful eyes. I'm taking a little bit of the black liner and dipping it onto the tip of my finger, and I'm just lining the outline of the kitty mouth with it, just so it gives it a little bit of a gray touch. And I'm going to go over the top with the black powder and pull it out to the edge here. Edge of the mouth and down. And then to the top of the lip. Same with the other side. And then with the top of that, with that pink that we used before, line over the top and on the side of it, like right above it. Now for the fun part, we're going to add in the whiskers. So I'm taking the same black liner and I'm going to add little black dots around the area between the nose and the mouth.
Apply your blackest mascara. If you want, you may add a pair of false lashes to complete the look.
The next step to this really fun look is to add the whiskers. What I did to make them is I took a little spool of thread and I cut off little pieces like this to make them able to stick out. What I've done is I've added this Got2b hair spiking glue and applied it to the thread and let it dry, and it created kind of a strong wiry texture so it can stick out like kitty cat whiskers naturally do. I am taking individual pieces like this and I am gluing them around the little dots that I placed here using Duo lash glue, or you can just use whatever kind of lash glue that you have. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in fast motion.
I place a small dab of lash glue on the end, wait a few seconds, and then place them onto the face. I had to use the end of a pair of tweezers to really mount them onto the skin. Make sure your lash glue is really tacky, otherwise they'll fall off like mine did here.
Okay, so once they're glued on, you're gonna need to let them sit for a while. The Duo lash glue does tend to dry clear, so you don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna let these dry. There is another set of whiskers I'm going to add, and that's to the forehead. If you've ever noticed that kitty cats, they do have the little tiny whiskers that come out just above their eyes. So what I'm doing is I'm taking an extra long piece of the thread and I'm bending it in half, and then I'm twisting the bottom like this so it sticks together. And I'm putting the Duo lash glue on there. I'll lay it flat here. Okay, so all the whiskers are applied. There's one more step I'm going to do. I'm taking the black shadow and the same fluffy brush as before. Where we have that line mark, I am going to shade outside of that line just very lightly with a little bit of color and pull it down. Make sure you blend this into your hairline here. And then in this outer corner, you can go ahead and shade around your eye just to round out the face a little bit. If this look isn't enough for you and you want to add some other colors and make yourself a tabby cat, or add some markings that would be like your kitty cat, for example, you can draw little color marker lines if you wish. For the cat look, I'm going to go ahead and apply costume, and I'll be back and I'll show you the rest of the look. So here's the completed kitty cat costume, complete with whiskers, white paws, a collar, ears, and a tail. You see it in the background, I almost forgot. You can attach this to your butt with the safety pins. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's a lot of fun. I've never done a kitty cat face before, and I love kitties. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to know how to put together this costume with the accessories like the ears and the kitty collar and the gloves and all that, then check out my website, www.simplyballetza.com. I have all that information listed there. Oh, and how to make the whiskers and everything. This look is definitely a lot of fun. I feel very feline. I love the cat eye. I think I would definitely do this for real outside of Kitty Cat Wonderland. I want you to meet my inspiration friend, Ernie. I talk about him on Twitter sometimes, so if you follow me on Twitter, then you'll know all about it. This is Ernie. He's a little camera shy. Do we look alike? We're the kitty twins. Just kidding. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful, happy Halloween, safe holiday, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Stay electric. Bye, bye. Say bye. Come on, Ernie, say goodbye. Woo. Bye. Maybe I could do the Aristocats. 'Cause the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. Everybody wants to be a cat. Everybody, everybody, everybody wants to be a cat. Everybody, everybody, everybody wants to be a cat. Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? Smelly cat, it's not your fault. They won't take you to the vet. You're obviously not their favorite pet. Not a friend to those with noses. You're not a bed of roses. Smelly cat, it's not your fault.